The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium, Male High School, Louisville, Kentucky, for UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday. Joe Cox and Dion Reese here at Male to bring you the opener of district play, the Male Bulldogs, the Southern Trojans. But more than that, Dion, there's a lot of cool stuff going on here tonight. Let's just, dive right in on that. They are having a celebration tonight here at Male for the last 5 Bulldog championship teams. That run goes back to 1993, up as recent as 2018. A lot of Male alums, a lot of big names here. We're going to hear from some of those big names shortly. But as part of this program's illustrious history, Dion, what a cool spectacle and what a smart thing to do for the Bulldogs to reach back into that glorious past as we open district play.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. It's a great night for football. First of all, it's a beautiful night. We've got breast cancer awareness. I see players down here in pink cleats and, dots of pink everywhere. And like you said, we got the alumni coming in. You and I stopped and talked to Coach Redmond. I think you got something with him a little bit later. So it's going to be great, man, just to get those, some of those championship teams out here and celebrate those guys and give the flowers, to this Male High School program and all its success.
Male comes in 3-3. It's been a bit of a slog lately. Lost 3 of the last 4. And I think getting things right on offense is probably the first order of the day, Dion.
Oh, no doubt about it. They really need to get back into that offensive rhythm. And in my opinion, it's really the passing game that's lacking. Jordan Williams, he's 58% passing percentage this year. He's got 7 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. But I really haven't seen some of those key guys, Colin Jefferson and Savion Johnson, as involved as I would like to see them be. I think that if they can do that, man, they can have some success tonight.
Absolutely. You mentioned the weather. Tonight's weather forecast presented by HKC Roofing. For the best gutter guard on the market, call 502-212-1081 or visit roofyourhouse.com. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Fall weather is here. Going to be around 64. Kickoff settle into the higher 50s by the end, but a nice night for football. Well, we're going to step aside for a quick break, and on the other side, going to give Coach Wolf the week off on this reach back night. We're reaching back with Coach Bob Redmond, the legendary Male coach. Got a word with him just a moment ago. On the other side, a little bit of talk about that Male tradition with Coach Redmond here on Glycon.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, your one-stop real estate source. Founded by 1993 Male graduate Dion Reese. Contact him at 502-387-6330 or visit online at polorealestategroup.com.
Joe Cox catching up with Coach Bob Redmond on a night where Male is honoring some of its outstanding teams. And, of course, Coach Redmond, you were at the helm of a lot of those teams. What does it mean to have an opportunity to get together like this and remember all those glory moments?
Outstanding. I got a call last week that they're going to do something with the 93, the 98, and the 2000. And I think also the two latest teams that I forgot. I don't know the exact years, but there were 5 schools altogether,
right?
Or 5 teams. But it means a lot to see all these guys and see. I get the unique opportunity to work at Southeast Christian Church, and I cannot tell you how many times I have got to greet former players that come in, and it was great. Championships were great, and they loved it all. But man, to see those guys as adults now, and then listen to what they got from that football program.
Oh, sure.
What it meant to them.
Yeah.
And things that they've kept in their business life and whatever. And what's up, baby? You all right? It means everything in the world. And these guys are a couple of them right here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Great players, but great leaders in the community.
Well, I mean, you stepped into a program that already had a strong tradition, and of course it carries on to this day. How hard is that to communicate to young people who maybe don't remember as far back as you or I would?
Let me give you a history lesson. When I came to Mayo, they hadn't won a state championship in 30 years.
Right.
It had been a while.
Yes.
And we started out, and we struggled. First 3 or 4 weeks, everybody had to get used to each other and had to get the right guys in and so forth. We made a strong run the first year. St. X knocked us out in the third round, and then the very next year we won the state championship. Point being, it is tough to come into a place that expecting good things.
Right.
And first you don't succeed, but you just keep working, keep rolling. And once we got rolling, we were kind of hard to stop, and we had a great tenure here. So every year we were involved with the big 3, St. X, Trinity, and Mayo.
Oh, yeah.
I was very proud to be part of that.
Yeah. What advice would you have for these kids today? I mean, it's been kind of a tough 2025 season, but they are caretakers of this legacy. What do you say to them?
Nothing means anything until that first round of the playoffs. They're still practicing, trying to set the stage for where they're going to be in the playoffs. Yeah. Play as hard as you can. Win these next 3 games, win the district, get seeded at home, get a good seed, and then the season starts. Nothing happens till actually game 11, and that's when it all starts, and that's what they got to look forward to. And once you get in there, you get it rolling. It's amazing sometimes once you get a little momentum and get a little confidence, things start rolling. So I've seen them on tape a couple of times. They got a real outstanding defensive ball club. Offensively, they're off and on, struggling right now. But those things have a tendency at the end of the year to kind of come together. I expect Mayo to be, a factor here down the playoff stretch.
Who am I to argue with Coach Bob Redmond? Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Take care.
All right.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com. Celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Blind Direct, not just blinds. Blind Direct, not just blinds.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Lycon.
Welcome back to Male High School. Male and Southern coming up. And time to take an inside look at tonight's game presented by Blinds Direct. Looking for the best in home decor? At Blinds Direct, they offer custom blinds, wallpaper, and more. Proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com for more. Let's talk about some key points coming into this game tonight, Dion. Now, talked a little bit about Mayo. Southern's got their own struggles. They are 1-5 this year. I think something like 12 of their last 13 games are losses. It's a short roster, 37 players on the list that you and I have tonight. There's a lot to overcome there. What are you thinking about if you're the Trojans?
You know, first of all, it's been a long season. Looked like it's been a long couple of seasons. Looks like they've lost 12 of their last 13 games. But, you got to come out and give it your best, first of all. We play the games for a reason. And, I do think there's some opportunities that they have to exploit. The male Bulldog offensive line has probably been the biggest question mark for them this year. So
Sure.
If they can take advantage up front and kind of disturb that offense, maybe they get a shot here tonight.
Yeah, one of the stats that jumped out at me from Steve Bird, the last win that Southern has over Male in the series was 10 days before I was born. I'm 45 years old. That's not good news for the Trojans, and it's a lot to overcome.
Yeah, looks like Male has won the last 20 consecutive matchups. I can remember playing the Southern Trojans out here myself my senior year back in 1992, and we beat up on them pretty good as well that year.
Yeah,
so
sure.
They definitely have their hands full tonight.
Well, you talked about getting that defensive pressure. The two other things that obviously can alleviate it is if you can run the ball and if you can get into plus territory on turnovers.
Yeah, they're going to have to be able to run the ball. I think they had 0 yards passing last week, so they're not really having much success there. So if they're going to get in the end zone, they're probably going to have to move the ball on the ground, and they need to win that turnover battle. So hopefully they can actually take care of the ball themselves. You don't want to give the Bulldogs any extra chances, but maybe they can force some turnovers and maybe end up with the short field and put themselves in a position to score.
For a historically minded Male team tonight, they come in 3-3. Again, have had recent struggles offensively. What's on your mind for the Bulldogs?
I think they need to find their rhythm on offense. Again, they were shut out last week. First time they've been shut out twice in one season since 2017. And I'd like to see them step up the passing game. Jordan Williams is throwing the ball very effective this season. So hopefully they can go to him and put the ball in the air and hopefully find Colin Jefferson and again, Savion Vaughn. Because those guys have had some success. Hopefully they can get them involved and get some progress on that offense tonight.
Yeah, and, of course, the converse of what we talked about, that if you're Southern, you'd love to have a nice game running the ball and end up on the plus side turnovers. For the Bulldogs, then, it's got to be the opposite of it. You got to take care of business up front, stop that run, and then try to get the ball loose a few times.
Absolutely. Again, like I said, they've struggled to pass the ball, so if you can stop the run, you're probably going to stop him, as a team as a whole. And they've also struggled to take care of the ball. They've got 7 turnovers in, I believe, 6 games. So if they can force some turnovers, the Male could put this thing away early.
Absolutely. This broadcast is authorized by Male High School, with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation of all participating student-athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. We're going to step aside for a word from our commercial sponsors. On the other side, catching up with Southern head coach Justin Hatchett. Male and Southern coming up here on Glycod.
Welcome. Not just Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.semin.com. Semin & Realtors, always one step ahead.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Joe Cox catching up with Coach Justin Hatchett ahead of Southern's matchup with Male. Coach, your squad opened up with a big win, and it's been kind of tough since then. How do you keep morale up over the course of a season that's probably starting to seem a little bit long?
Yeah, man, it's been a struggle. Just trying to find certain things to grasp on. My team is very inexperienced, so what they don't know, they don't know. I mean, obviously, it's not that they understand that it's not going how we've always planned it was, but some of the games I think we started off in, but we got to learn how to finish. Mm-hmm. So right now it's kind of teaching those type of lessons to help us build forward later on down the road with some of the inexperience and youth that we have.
Sure. It looks like you've tried a couple of guys at quarterback. Eli Simpson has had the most action there. Is he going to be the man tonight against Mayo?
Yeah, it is. We don't have a quarterback. Let's be clear with that. It's we just do it with a system of who's available and what works for particular plays and things of that. Now we basically work with 2 running backs, 3 running backs in the backfield, and we kind of maneuver that way and give breaks when we can. Depth is an issue for us, so we just gotta plug and play on a lot of things. So we asked a lot out of the people with the experience so that we can get some rest, because most of them play both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
So, but for right now, Eli's the one that's taking the majority of the snaps because he gives us the best opportunities to pass the ball for what little we pass.
Right. Looks like Don Leonard is your big rusher, and then looks like last week he was a busy man. You said you use a lot of guys both sides. He had 8 tackles and ran for 55 yards and a touchdown. What can Don give you tonight?
Don's a football player. He's small in stature, but he can play ball. He gives us the most edge on defense. I think after this season, he didn't play last year, but I think after this season, he'll start maybe possibly getting some looks from the defensive side. He's just an athlete. He has a good feel for the game. A lot of times we shoot ourselves in the foot, so he would have a little bit more yardage. But some of those things is self-inflicted on us. Like I said, so he gets a lot of the carries. Eli is probably one of our better running backs. He was our leading running back last year, more of our downhill type of guy. But because of the role that he's in, he won't get as many carries. So we still try to get him as many as we can.
Sure.
But it's a shared load for sure.
Yeah. That's Justin Hatchett ahead of Southern's game with Mayo coming up here on Glycod.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Southern and Mayo coming up. Tonight's broadcast would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners here at Glycod. Please let them know how much you appreciate their commitment to providing free-to-watch high school athletics programming on Glycod. Coming up on the other side of this break, UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday, Mayo and Southern here on Glycod.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. From Glycod, it's UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game is brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, your premier metal recycling solution. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Interstate Batteries and Holy Smokes Barbecue. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday.
Getting ready for kickoff now, Mayo and Southern. You know, Dion, Coach Redmond, he said a lot very quickly when he said, it's really all about Week 11. Everything is a warm-up. Everything is a practice. Go out, win your district, take care of business, see what happens then. I think that's the MO for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. And, again, you know, we talked about this, you know, the last couple of weeks I feel like the Bulldogs, they're better than that record shows. They've had a monster record. I think they've got 10 teams and 10 games on the schedule, and 5 of those were preseason top 10 teams. So, you know, there's a good chance that the first couple of games in the playoffs might be easier than the regular season than the Bulldogs started with this year.
Entirely so. Should ease up a little bit here in district play, but those games will tell their own story. Of course, I'll never forget the year that I know they played Bullitt East, and I thought, well, that'll be no big deal. Well, Bullitt East ended up being the state champions that year, so that's why they play the games. It's not it's certainly not predetermined, but the Bulldogs masters of their own fate and that path to a good seed in a good situation starts tonight.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, again, that's why they play the games. You never know what's going to happen. You know, it's important that they come out tonight. You know what I mean? Try to put the Trojans away early and hopefully get a little bit better and just even more prepared for that the actual season starts, like Coach Redmond says, when the playoffs hit.
Absolutely. Coach Redmond out there along with a contingent of male alums for the coin toss. His son, Chris Redmond, is out here as well. I see Chris, he's wearing a gold cap down there. And Coach Redmond with his omnipresent visor. I'm not sure I've ever seen him without a visor, Dion.
Well, I get the opportunity to see him at church on
That's
Sundays.
True. He probably doesn't wear a visor.
So he doesn't have the visor then, but when I see him on the football field, he's got the visor going. So that's Coach Red, yeah.
About ready to get this one underway. Again, you remarked on it already in the pregame. For those who tend to forget, you will see a lot of pink. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The vast majority of these Southern players have pink socks tonight. And that's Southern in the white shirts, the black pants, the black trim, and then the white and black helmets, kind of a Penn State-looking helmet. And then male in the purple jerseys, the gold pants, the gold helmets. A lot of pink cleats, a few pink socks here and there. A pink wristband or two. Yeah. Shows up in a lot of ways.
Oh, it looks good, too. You know, looks like Jordan Williams, the starting quarterback for the male Bulldogs. He's went all out tonight. Like you said, he's got the pink socks and the pink cleats on, and he's looking good out there. So it should be a fun game. The field's looking beautiful. We got a great night of weather, and hopefully some exciting football plays to see tonight.
Absolutely. We're ready to go here. Southern will kick it away. Dropping deep for the Bulldogs, it's going to be Tyson Mims and Steron Davidson to return this opening kickoff. It's Eli Simpson who will kick it away for the Trojans of Southern.
Yeah, every aspect of the game is going to be important for the Trojans, starting with the kicking game here in this kickoff. You know, Mel's got some talent back there, so if you're not staying in your lane and wrapping guys up, you know, they could break a big one in any of these special teams opportunities.
Advance, kick it away, very short. It's there at the 32 and grabbed by Mayo. Second line, Tyson Kinzel, able to pick up a couple of yards before he's dragged down at the 33, so that's where the Bulldog offense will start.
Yeah, Kinzel's pretty explosive himself. You know, we'll see him at the running back position. He was able to catch that short one, and Southern does a great job of getting him down to the ground before he can get any momentum going.
Kevin Sims on the tackle for the Trojans. 1st and 10 Bulldogs at the 33. Senior quarterback Jordan Williams wears number 12. He's out there to open it up. Courtney Jones, the setback beside him. Everybody bunched in tight in this formation. Williams dropped the ball, has to run up and pounce on it. I'm not sure where that was going, but a mishandled snap could have been a disaster. Instead, able to cover it up.
I'm not sure what that was about. I don't know what they were running. Smith came across his face, and I don't know if he just mishandled the ball or he was trying to pitch it to him. I'm not sure what that was, but good thing he's able to get on the ball and not turn it over, actually.
2nd and 10. Same type formation with everybody bunched in. A little more strength right this time. Williams keeps it off the left side. Big seam, 1st down, out to the 45.
Yeah, Williams fakes it and then actually keeps himself, like you said, just takes a round off the left side. And hopefully we see a little bit more of that tonight. I feel like he hadn't carried the ball much in the last few games that I've been out here to commentate and see him play. And he's been successful his whole career being able to do that. So some success there in the 1st down.
1st down to the 45. Don Leonard on the tackle for Southern. 3 receivers right this time for Williams. He looks that way. He throws that way, and it is caught out there. Savion Vaughn, I believe, down at the 38-yard line. Just kind of looped that one in between coverage.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about in the pregame. I mean, that they are really needing to get that passing game going. Savion Vaughn has shown that he can get open and catch the ball, and Williams can get it there. So hopefully we see that on a more consistent basis tonight.
Leonard on the tackle again for Southern. Now Williams will go under center. Tyson Kinzel, the setback behind him. From the 38, turns, leaves with Kinzel. Kinzel picks his way, gains about 4, but a flag comes in the backfield area, and that's usually bad news for the offense.
Yeah, and again, we'll see Kinzel carry the ball several times tonight. He's had some success in the running game for the Bulldogs, and a great gain on that play as well.
It will be negated by the holding penalty. For me, watching this Bulldog offense, it's not so much that holding penalty or a mistake is anything new. Just without as many explosive plays, it's harder to dig out of a hole. In the past, you could make a mistake and just make a good play on the next snap and get right back where you wanted to be, and now it seems to set them back a little more.
Well, and we're preparing for the playoffs. You want to try to work all of that out as the season goes on. Hopefully those penalties go down.
Williams in the gun with Kinzel beside him. Looks, pressure, sacked. Ball comes out, but I think he's already down. He is.
Yeah, again, another one of the keys. I mean, that Male High School offensive line is a bit inexperienced, only one starter returning this year. And if they can get some pressure up front and disturb Williams like that, Southern's going to put themselves in a position to have a chance tonight.
There's big Nick Lockett. He goes 6'1", 280. He's one of their leading tacklers, and he's a guy to watch for up there, 54. Had that sack. And I mean, here's what we're talking about. It was 1st and 10 at the 38. Had run the ball inside, picked up about 4 yards, but a flag and now a sack, and it's 2nd down and 28.
I mean, this is actually the kind of defensive stance Southern's going to need, to be able to come out of here with the victory. So, a good start for them so far.
And we've got a flinch by the tight end there. That'll cost the Bulldogs 5 more yards.
We got pink flags tonight. I see a couple of pink flags on the ground. So, okay, I love it. Cancer awareness, breast cancer awareness, actually. Bulldogs off to a rough start. I mean, this is exactly how you don't want to start a game off like this, where you're clearly got the team on the other side of the ball outmatched, but, you can beat yourself, so they need to be very careful here.
Yeah, from 1st down at the Southern 38, it's now 2nd down at the Male 39. 2nd and 33. Don't have a lot of plays in the playbook for 2nd and 33. Williams gives. That is Steron Davidson, but he is going to be wrapped up and taken down around the line of scrimmage by Eli Simpson.
Looks like they got the starting quarterback on a nice tackle there. Again, Bulldogs did nothing but actually go backwards on that series. Not the way I'm sure Coach Wolf drew up the first series this game, but we're still at 3rd down.
Yeah, it's 3rd down because of the penalty. Favorable spot puts him back at the line, but still 3rd and 33. Leaves plenty of work to do. Williams going to throw. Got a man out there, loops it in. It's caught, and he's out of bounds shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, Savion Vaughn ran a post route out there, and Jordan Williams, the senior veteran quarterback, was able to hit him on the button, and huge gain, but still no 1st down for the Bulldogs.
That's what comes of 3rd and 33, but you go to 4th and 5.
Looks like the Bulldogs are going to try to go for it on 4th and 5 here.
Yeah, you're a little long for Henson. That would be 50-ish yards.
Short for a punt. So
yeah. The offense will stay in. Kinzel's the setback behind Williams up under center. Williams fakes, rush, flips it out. If it's caught, it's still shy of the 1st down. It is caught. It's at the 30-yard line, but going to be 2 yards shy of a 1st down, and that'll turn it over.
Yeah, that's a great start for the Trojan defense. And you see on that last play, they were able to get some pressure and kind of disturb Williams there, and he wasn't able to make a clean throw. And they were able to stop the Bulldogs from getting the 1st down. So let's see what they can do on offense now.
Turned over at the 30. It was Jesse Jones able to snag the pass, but he had to come back and lay out to get it. And 1st down, for the Trojans of Southern. Here they come on the attack. Eli Simpson lines up at quarterback. You heard Coach Hatchett say, well, we really don't have a quarterback. Okay, they run on the edge, and the ball carrier is not going to go very far. Well played. Don Leonard tried to sneak outside, but Mayo tracked him down.
Yeah, Don Leonard, he's one of the guys who can move the ball on the ground for these Trojans, and you see on that play he's got some speed, but not quite enough to get that corner turn before a host of Bulldogs were able to bring him to the ground.
Tyson Mims on the stop loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Yeah, that was a long way to run for Don Leonard, all the way across.
Yeah, and again, like I said, he showed some speed on that play, just not able to turn that corner.
Leonard is the running back beside Simpson. Simpson going to call his own number into the line. Picked up 2, so able to get back to the original line plus a yard now for 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, I see some nice energy from this Trojan offense. You know, they're getting off the ball, and and the running backs are running the ball hard, and not a big gain there, but some some promising things here in these first couple of plays for the Southern Trojans.
3rd down and 9. Yes, it is true. Not much of a passing threat. They've passed for 131 yards as a team on the season. Simpson going to give it a shot. Fires over the middle, incomplete. Good idea, threw it right around the 1st down marker, but plenty of Bulldogs there to cover it.
Yeah, he ran a curl route to the inside, and actually a halfway decent throw, but again, he was surrounded by Bulldogs. You better be careful with that. You know, these Bulldogs, they've got a couple of interceptions for touchdowns this season.
Punting situation for Lance McDonald. Steron Davidson's back to return it. Low snap. It's blocked. Blocked at the line. Caught by one of the linemen. He fumbles it. And now it's rolling, and now it's picked up by the Bulldogs. And eventually it'll go down at about the 39-yard line. But the kick was blocked, never going anywhere from the get-go. Albert Bledsoe ends up with the football.
Yeah, that may have been a block and 2 or 3 fumbles on one play there. So, the Bulldogs try to scoop it up and get into the end zone, but the Trojans were able to get them to the ground. So Bulldogs getting to start in some really great field position for this drive.
And not clear who got the block on that one. There was plenty of company in the backfield. The snap was low and just threw him off. But, you definitely get an idea of why those big guys don't get entrusted with the football a lot.
Absolutely.
That was high drama there. They're actually going to mark Bledsoe at about the 37-yard line. So 1st down there for Mayo.
Yeah, Bulldogs struggled on that first drive. They've been struggling offensively pretty often this season. I mean, they got some talent out there, just not able to move the ball, whether it's just, mistakes or just penalties, but just having a tough time putting a solid drive together this season.
Well, you pointed out 2 shutouts, but there was another game where there were 7 points and they were a defensive score, so you could say 3 shutouts and not be wrong. Williams going to chuck one here, got a man caught down inside the 10. Nice deep ball.
That was beautiful. Williams had some time to throw the ball there, and I didn't catch who that receiver was.
Jamil Parker. That
was a great route by him, and again, Jordan Williams put it right in his breadbasket. I'm a little surprised they don't take that shot a little more often. Jordan Williams really does a great job of putting the ball where it needs to be.
Jalen Box on the tackle, but 1st and goal from the 7. Parker just a sophomore, but he's seeing more time here. Where's number 14? Williams keeps it himself. Not much going there.
Yeah, I like the call. Williams faked it and was going to keep it himself, but didn't fool the Trojans on that play. They were able to get him for a short gain.
Eli Simpson on the tackle. Call it no gain. 2nd and goal at the 7.
Yeah, the Bulldogs definitely have to make sure that they're punching this one in for a touchdown. Again, they just not only do they need to get on the board for this game, but they just need it for some offensive confidence and show that they do know how to get into the end zone. It's been a couple of games since they've done that.
Yeah. Big Jesse Jones checks in as a tight end. Keep an eye on him, number 19. Play clock was down to 5, and I assume the whistles mean we're going to have a timeout, and we will. The Bulldogs will take one. 2nd and goal at the 7 when we come back here on Glycod.
Not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, always one step ahead. And Blinds Direct, your window decoration specialists.
2nd and goal at the 7 for the Bulldogs. A couple of nice balls thrown early here by Jordan Williams. As a guy who's watched this team a few times, the statistics for him are surprising. They're better than the eye would suggest, which says maybe it's going to be a little more aggressive through the air here for the Bulldogs.
And they're solid. They're solid in the air.
2nd and goal from the 7. Davidson in the Wildcat. Davidson straight ahead and in. Touchdown from 7 yards out for number 7.
Yeah, they bring in Steron Davison. We saw a little bit of that last week. He's super effective in that Wildcat lineup. He was able to, get the snap from the shotgun position and just run that one in across the left side.
Yeah, we did see a ton of Wildcat. We'll see if we get more of that. That's his first rushing touchdown of the season. He had one called back last week that would have been a touchdown, about 45 yards. Henson boots it high, boots it long, boots it through. 7-0 Bulldogs. 5:22 to go in quarter 1. Stay tuned here on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Male Bulldogs punch it in. Steron Davidson from 7 yards out makes it 7-0. Henson to kick it away.
Typically kicks these through the back of the end zone.
These guys set up to return. They're standing on the 15. They don't realize what they're about to see. Maybe he'll leave it in the field of play, but I'd bet he doesn't.
I don't think so.
If he does, it's usually barely.
And intentionally.
Yeah, they'll be backing up directly. And there it is. And, yeah, that's about 2 yards deep. Well, they did have one guy deeper than the two guys standing at the 15, and that was a good move, but he couldn't do anything with that one. First down at the 20 for the Trojans.
Yeah, status quo for Henson. I think he kicks it to the end zone about 85% of the time, maybe even 90%. Trojans coming out for their second series of the game, I believe, and not a bad first series. Mel really needs to try to apply some pressure up front and kind of disrupt that running game.
Eli Simpson standing back there at quarterback, calls his own number, runs left. He's a physical runner, and he ducked his head really to get back to the line of scrimmage. Could have lost a couple.
He is a physical runner. I believe he's the second leading rusher on the team, even from the quarterback position. He's got some size, he's got some strength and some speed, so you got to be keep your eye on him.
Brandon Fields tracks him down, no gain, 2nd and 10. Simpson's got two receivers to the right. Keeps it straight ahead, power run, and this time able to bull his way out to about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, nice call by the Trojans. Spread everybody out, run the quarterback draw. Eli Simpson's got some speed, and he runs tough and was able to get a solid gain that time.
A 3rd down and 4, which is probably going to be a little more comfortable than the 3rd and 9 that we saw the first time around. Got a bevy of choices here. Same formation. Simpson straight ahead. Just nothing fancy. Power football. Bulls his way out to about the 28. So you got a decision here. It's 4th and 2. First time you punted, it got blocked.
Yeah, this is a tough call here. It looks like they're going to go for this, and I can't argue with that call. Maybe spread him out again. Let Eli keep it and see if he can get him a couple of yards.
Spot a little less advantageous than I initially thought. It's shy of the 28-yard line. They need about 2.5 here on 4th down. But they're going. Simpson. And he does push the pile across the marker. First down out to the 33.
I like the call. A nice gutsy call, but a really tough run. Simpson really powered that through and was able to push through for a Trojan first down.
Nothing fancy, just man on man, try to grind out a few yards. Coach Hatchett is certainly aware of the limitations of his offense, so don't get fancy, don't do things you can't do.
Yeah, keep it simple. Keep it simple and play to your strengths.
First down at the 33. Simpson rolls right. He's going to chuck one. He's got a man out there, but he threw it into the sideline. Had a chance at that one with Isaiah Sneed deep. Mail had decent coverage, but a step behind him, but the sideline was the second defender.
Yeah, Tyson Mims had some pretty solid coverage on that play, and looks like Eli overthrew him by just a little bit, so they wasn't able to bring that one in.
Simpson, a 6-foot, 170-pound junior.
Yeah, he's got some good size and speed. He's an athlete.
Had 5 different players throw passes this season, but Simpson's the only one with more than 4 attempts. So he is definitely QB1, and he calls his own number straight through. And that power play works again for about 5 yards.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be their go-to tonight, and they're having some success with it. So, I don't blame them. Again, I believe Eli Simpson is their second leading rusher, and I can see why. Again, he's got some athletic ability and really running that ball hard.
3rd down and 5. Simpson, slight roll, throw deep, and that one is closest to Tyson Mims. Nobody home at that one.
Yeah, he had a couple of Bulldogs covering him, and Eli Simpson probably did made a smart play by just kind of throwing that one away. He didn't really have anybody open on that play.
4th and 5 is going to be a punting situation for Lance McDonald. Davidson to return. First time he didn't get a chance. It got blocked.
Yeah, I'm sure the Bulldogs going to be bringing everything this punt as well.
Notice 3 protectors in the middle for McDonald. Well, now they kind of shift out. And there was a chance. Flags flew. Davidson going to let it roll, and it becomes a very effective punt. It's down at the 23, but let's see what the flag was.
A couple of pink flags out on that play.
Is that a formation issue possibly, that late shift? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. More than one guy moving at the same time.
I wondered about that. I would make him kick it again. I mean, that's about as good of a kick as I think they'll ever get.
So would I.
And particularly with the first one being blocked.
Yeah, I think he'll be doing him a favor if he doesn't make him kick it again.
Yeah.
Which I believe he might. Is that the offense coming back off the field there?
So there is the call, illegal shift.
Got one more punt coming. I see the punter coming back out on the field. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Take them back in and have them punt the ball again.
It was an excellent kick the first time from McDonald. Settled in and didn't really give Davidson a chance to do anything with it. Say, okay, do it again then.
Yeah, Bulldogs are bringing everybody.
10 along the line. Here it comes. He got it out of there. Very high, very short. Banked off of somebody. Was that a Southern player?
Yeah, I think it hit a Southern defender on the back of the helmet and took a extremely strong Bulldogs roll on that one.
Yeah, Mail start across midfield after that doink off the helmet, yeah. I like the play by the Southern punt team guys. Go grab it, that's off them.
Oh, yeah, right, take it.
I mean, there were about 5 Southern players in the vicinity and 1 Mail player, so I didn't think my eyes were playing a trick on me. But
yeah, that was off the Trojans.
Yeah. Hey, if you don't try it, you don't know if it works. First down to 48 for the Bulldogs.
Another solid punt for the Trojans, though. That's a
well, it would have been better if the bounce had gone the other direction.
For sure.
But Williams with Kinzel beside him. Williams sets the screen up. Kinzel's got it. Can he get anywhere with it? Oh, nice run so far. Kinzel with a nice play down to about the 31. Boy, that took a little sleight of hand from Tyson Kinzel to get out of the backfield.
Oh, yeah, and there was an excellent block by Joe Burton on that play, number 52. I mean, he picked up a guy and gave Kinzel just enough room to bust that one open for a long gain. Great block by the offensive lineman for the Bulldogs on that play, Joe Burton.
The gain goes to the 31, first down there. Mail already with the lead and the momentum. Trips left this time. The open side for Jordan Williams. He looks that way. He fires that way. A little behind his receiver, Kamari Young, and incomplete. And you know, that's one you just need to hit. And frankly, if you hit him standing up, he might have gone all the way with it.
Yeah, there's a good chance that's a touchdown. We've seen Savion Vaughn score a few times like that this season, but Williams really didn't have his feet up under him and actually threw it behind the wideout that time for an incomplete pass.
Second down at the 31. See Sean Solomon check in, and his hoodie's peeking out the back of his helmet there. You know, it's starting to get cold when you see those. Hand it off. Kinzel getting his second level. Kinzel getting all the levels. 31 yards for the touchdown.
Solid run by Kinzel. Touchdown. Great play by that man. Again, he's got some speed. You know, he runs tough and was able to take it right up the middle and cut to the outside. And for the most part, he was untouched. Solid run by Kinzel and touchdown by the Bulldogs.
Pair of rushing touchdowns. Henson on to cap the drive.
Been a decent start for that Bulldog offense in this first quarter. I believe Henson is 100% on these extra points this season.
Correct. And you didn't jinx him. That's the good news. 14-0 Mail. 1:58 to go in the first. Be right back here on Gluckov.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
14-0. Big scoring run for Tyson Kinzel, 31 yards. And that gets you well in a hurry. His second rushing touchdown of the year. He might have bypassed Courtney Jones for the team rushing lead. He was a little bit behind him coming in. And Jones has seen the ball a few times, so don't quote me on that. But if he hasn't, it's very close.
Yeah, Tyson Kinzel's been productive in the running game all season for the Bulldogs. Been one of their bright spots on offense.
So Henson to kick it. Deep man awaits at the 3. And it hits around the 3, but it trickles into the end zone. I don't know if you're going to get one. That's as good as it's going to get if you can catch it at the 3.
I think you just let that go through the back of the end zone. Yeah. I don't like the sound of that. Catch it at the 3.
Apparently Isaiah Sneed felt the same.
Yeah, good call, Isaiah.
Southern will start on their own 20. They were able to stop Mayo on the first series of the game, a fourth down at the 30-yard line, but it's been backed up to the 20 since then for a starting place. Simpson sends a man in motion, but keeps it and just goes nowhere right into the middle of that line, and Mayo is ready and waiting.
Yeah, too much pressure for him that time. I mean, they tried to run another one of those quarterback draws. They've had some success, but just too many Bulldogs standing in the backfield to be able to get anywhere that play.
Christian White there to help blow it up, 2nd and 10. Now, Christian was another one of those Wildcat quarterbacks we saw last week, and that was a revelation. Had seen Steron Davidson before in a running role, but Christian White was new to it and made some nice plays.
He did.
Hope we'll see him some more there.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. He might have been one of the more successful at the Wildcat position at the quarterback position during the Wildcat formation.
Simpson going to keep it, trying to get that right edge, and he lowers his shoulder and gets out to around the 22.
Yeah, just not much there for him to work with. I mean, he had a wall of Bulldogs in front of him and 2 or 3 of them chasing him at full speed from behind.
Tyson Mims there on the stop. 3rd down, and actually call it 7. They'll put it closer to the 23-yard line. This play could be the final snap of the quarter.
Yeah, these offensive series from the Trojans are looking eerily similar, you know.
Simpson looks to throw. Now here comes the rush. Now here comes a sack. Taken down, swarmed under up front.
Yeah, just too much pressure from the Bulldogs. I mean, and Sims, you know, he's played a solid game. Simpson's played a solid game, but he can't hold on to the ball that long. He just doesn't have that much time.
And Christian White and then Terrell Harden both closed in and took care of that one. And that ends the quarter. It'll begin the second quarter likely with a punt. Everything going Mayo's way so far. 14-0 Bulldogs on Glycott.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Punting situation here for Southern to open quarter number 2. Lance McDonald, he's got it. Good rush, but he gets it off. Dual safeties, and it's caught right at midfield, and return man didn't get a step. Steron Davidson taken down right there. I think that's Isaiah Sneed who came down and put the hit on him.
Yeah, they're doing actually a solid job punting the ball and covering on these punts right there. So can't ask for much better coverage on punt team than that.
We've talked about some of the issues on offense for the Bulldogs, but yeah, the offensive issues for the Trojans largely are just you don't know where to turn. There's not a lot of variation in what they can do. So they basically just come out and run the same couple plays, and Mayo's pretty well ready for it.
Yeah, they haven't had a bunch of success or much success on offense this season.
Looks like a Wildcat look here. No, that's Williams trying to double pass possibly. No, only one, and sneaky move, but Savion Vaughn taken down around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Savion Vaughn, like he typically does, making the first guy miss with the swift move, but the second Trojan to the ball was able to get him to the ground.
That was Eli Simpson, the quarterback slash defensive back or a linebacker. It's a thin roster, so yeah, you're going to see a lot of two-way players. You're going to hear a lot of names on both sides of the ball for the Trojans. 2nd and 10 now. Jones the setback. And give it Jones. Jones only able to get a yard, maybe 2. Not much there. He's tracked down by Christopher Lee.
Yeah, solid push by the defensive line of the Trojans on that play. Able to get back there and kind of disturb things and stop the Bulldogs for a short gain on that play.
Well, 3rd down and long coming up. 3rd and 8. Williams will go under center. Jones is set back behind him. Williams fakes. That's thrown complete and a first down to the 37-yard line. That's actually Leon Melvin at quarterback. It is not.
Yeah, I like the play call that time. Williams fakes it and looks like he's just going to take it and sweep it around the end, and he stops and catches a man downfield and hits him right on the nose, and first down for the Bulldogs.
First down. Nice play to pick it up, and indeed it is Leon Melvin who's out there now. The 5'6" sophomore is the quarterback.
Bulldogs doing a really good job of moving the ball in the air tonight.
Melvin able to complete that last pass, and here he goes from the 37. First down, Melvin to throw. Melvin tries to run. He's hit, and he's going to be taken down for a loss back to about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, again, just holding on to that ball just a bit too long. He had some time, but not quite that much time. And, again, take your hat off to the Trojans for being able to apply some pressure and get him down behind the line of scrimmage on that play.
Micah Karma, the guy who came through and made the stop. It's a loss of 4 back to the 41. Tyson Kenzel going to check in at running back. The backfield here will be Melvin and Kenzel. Bunched in pretty tight. Melvin going to keep it. Melvin, nice burst through the hole. Leon Melvin down to about the 24-yard line. Nice pickup there.
Nice call. Again, they just put him back there. They're basically in that wildcat, snap the ball, and he runs it right up the middle. And he was a shoestring from putting 6 points on the board.
Snead able to track him down with a first down, actually at the 23. So pickup of 18.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Some of the success that the Bulldogs have had on offense is, passing the ball and running that wildcat offense, and we're seeing some success out of that tonight as well.
Kenzel the setback. He's on the right of Melvin. Melvin drops to throw. Melvin, all kinds of time. He waits, he throws. It's caught. Vaughn turns it up and manages to make it to about the 16-yard line. Good patience there for Leon Melvin. Didn't force it, just waited until he saw a target he was comfortable with and able to gain about 7 yards.
And that takes some maturity. A lot of guys after about that long, they just want to take off, but he showed some patience, kept his head up, looking downfield, and was able to put the ball right on the button for a first down.
Unfortunately, we've got a flag down on the play. And it looks like the Bulldogs will be moving backward.
Yeah, again, we talked about that earlier. They really need to work on being more disciplined because these are the exact sorts of plays that you can't have in the playoffs if you're going to have some success.
Well, now instead of 2nd and 3, you're 1st and 20. That's quite a difference.
Yeah, and we've seen this on a couple of occasions this season, basically just shooting themselves in the foot after a great offensive play like what we just saw.
Melvin and Kenzel in the backfield, trips left. That is the open side of the field. Melvin fires. Caught down at about the 18-yard line by Jamil Parker.
Yeah, that was another great route. He was headed down toward the end zone, and actually stopped and came back toward the ball, and, you know, the ball was put right where it needed to be. And again, just another solid, positive passing play from the Bulldogs.
Parker's the young man who we saw put a just juke move and a half for a touchdown in a game earlier this season.
Oh, yeah.
So he's getting some more action now. Second down. It's Kenzel on that left side. Kenzel with a nice hole down to the 10 and inside. First down.
Yeah, man, Kenzel really runs that ball hard, and at his height, you know, he's almost like the perfect size of a running back. You know what I mean? It's almost hard to find him amongst all those trees on the offensive line sometimes.
5'7". That works pretty well. First down and goal from the 10. 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, he runs hard enough. It didn't feel like 5'7" when you're trying to get him to the ground.
No. Melvin and Kenzel the backs. Melvin keeps it. Melvin inside the 10, inside the 5, inside the end zone. Nice play. Leon Melvin, 10-yard touchdown.
Trying to see who that was. Was that Leon Melvin?
It was Melvin.
Yeah, Leon Melvin. Yeah, he was out there and threw a couple of great blocks to help.
Oh, no, he was the ball carrier.
I'm sorry,
Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, you were on the right track. Jesse Jones, the tight end, was the blocker.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. I saw somebody out there delivering a couple key blocks there to get him in the end zone.
Yeah, 18 and 19 can look very similar in these uniforms.
We talked about that, yeah.
Henson to try to extend the advantage. Got it down, got it up, got it through. 21-0 Bulldogs, 7:08 to go in the second here on Glycod.
You want the right agents for your real estate? Choose the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Semin Realtors, always one step ahead. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
A trio of rushing touchdowns make it 21-0 Bulldogs. Production from many sources tonight, Dion.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. The Bulldogs are getting everybody involved on offense, which I think is a great thing. If they can keep down on some of these penalties, this Bulldog offense is really starting to come together.
This one is shy of the end zone, but it's booted by the return man, and he grabs it eventually and is going to be swarmed under just across the 10-yard line. To your point earlier, if it's close, maybe just let it go.
I'm sure the coach will get them over there and huddle them up and say, don't bring another one of those out. Yeah, we're better off letting it go through the back of the end zone and starting from the 20.
Yeah. Yeah, the ball was loose, and I think they gave him a pretty favorable spot up to about the 14, but goodness.
And on the other side, the Bulldogs might do themselves a favor by not kicking it through the back of the end zone.
Pop it up
just like that. Yeah, let these guys handle their ball and see if they can hold on to it, actually.
The Trojans go on the attack at their own 14. Simpson's got it. Rush coming, ducks around it, and is able to push his way forward for a gain of 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a solid run, even though it was 2 or 3. I mean, he probably ran 10, 12 yards on that play, but only a 2-yard gain for the Trojans.
We'll put it a little closer to the 17, so call it second along 7 here.
Yeah, Eli's got quite the responsibility this evening. He might be the leading tackler on the defense tonight.
Yeah, we've called his name all over the field. It's hard to play both ways. There's no way around it. Run it inside. I believe that's Leonard on the carry, and he's near the first down marker, and preliminary indication is that he's got it.
Yeah, just running off the tackle there to the left. And, the Trojans are actually showing some bright spots on offense. They've got the ability to move the ball a little bit more than the stats that I read about. So,
A nice run by Don Leonard for the first down out to the 24.
Able to get a little breathing room and a fresh set of downs.
Leonard out of a Wildcat look, carries right, and just not anything there. He's going to be taken down for a short loss at the end of that one.
Yeah, just too much pressure from the Bulldogs. And I like the call. The Trojans are running the ball hard. Just one too many Bulldogs in the backfield on some of these offensive plays.
Christian White able to track it down. Second down and 12 after the loss of 2.
Christian White, a name you always hear from this on this male Bulldogs. I was going to say defense, but we've seen him on offense as well. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, kid's got some talent.
Simpson this time will keep it himself. Able to push the pile out to about the 27, get them to a 3rd and 7 or 8.
Yeah, again, not doing a bad job, running the ball, moving the ball on the ground. Just some of the penalties and some of the, plays behind the line of the scrimmage just really eating that Trojan offense up tonight.
Avery Farrell on the tackle for Mayo. 3rd down just shy of the 27-yard line. They got to make it almost to the 35. Whistles blow, and Southern is going to call a timeout and talk it over. We'll take that break as well. 21-0 Mayo here on Glycod.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
So Coach Hatchett has called his Trojans over for a little strategizing here. 3rd down. Could be a 4-down territory here if you can gain most of the 3rd down yardage, Dion. I'm like you. I thought they've done a pretty good job within the limitations that they have in terms of just personnel and scheme. But
yeah, they've showed the ability to gain 2-3 yards if they need it. So we'll see if they can make a solid push for a 1st down on this 3rd down play here they have.
Simpson rolls left. It's batted. It is dropped. Incomplete. Almost a pick 6. Boy, a good effort right there.
Yeah, you hate to see that. I mean, great play, just heads up play. He timed it just perfectly. Saw that Eli was trying to get rid of the ball, got both hands extended and was able to bat it back to himself, but he wasn't able to hold on to it. He'll be thinking about that one tonight after the game in the showers for sure.
Yeah. Heck of a play, and yet almost a pick 6. A double safeties back here for Mayo against the punt. Vaughn and Davidson, the dual return men back for the kick from Lance McDonald. McDonald gets it out of there. Short kick. It is muffed, but covered up by Vaughn there.
Again, solid punt game by the Trojans, able to keep those Bulldogs out of the backfield, get the ball down field, and, again, just some good coverage as well. So.
Vaughn was probably lucky that one didn't take much of a hop. If it had, could have gotten interesting.
Yeah, they could have got dangerous for the Bulldogs, actually.
So Mayo will take over just shy of midfield. Jordan Williams got the start tonight. He led 2 scoring drives, and we saw Leon Melvin on the last one. Steron Davidson scored on a Wildcat carry, but that's about the only time we've seen that. It's Melvin here on this series, who's out there with Courtney Jones.
Yeah, Leon Melvin is definitely having some success tonight. They brought him in early and been able to move the ball downfield.
The officials are getting together, not sure what they're talking about. We might as well tell you who we're talking about. The referee tonight is Ryan Whitford, Kenny Goodman, the umpire, Cameron Abel, the linesman, Kevin Bruce, the line judge, and Max Jones, the back judge. Now, I have no idea what they're talking about, but at least you know who they are.
Not sure what's going on. There's no flags or anything out. Just
no.
Trying to get on the same page about something.
Right. There's something being said to Coach Wolf here. Are they sending the teams off?
Well, I mean, and they're moving the sticks. It's like they're going to punt over again for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're looking at here.
I think we talked about this after the game last week. We need to start miking up the refs.
Yeah, Nick Landrum, our producer, says, is it possibly an issue with the ball? That makes as much sense as anything.
Well, I mean, it looked like a pretty good punt to me.
Yeah, I didn't see a flag, and yet here we go. We're going to kick it again. Okay. I'll wipe out the last one. Let's see what Lance McDonald has this time. It's a line drive this time. This is returnable. Davidson from the 45. Davidson 50, 45, 40, stumbling down to the 35. If that man hadn't got a hand on his ankle, he might have gone all the way down that right sideline.
Another shoestring from a touchdown. Yeah, just and again, hats off to the Trojans just getting down there and covering these balls, covering these punts. Yeah, he definitely stopped a touchdown that time.
Davidson was trying to right himself, just stumbling forward and then.
Once he gets some momentum going, he's tough to even,
He's a blur.
Absolutely. Tough to get your hands on. Yeah, I'm not sure what that last call was about, making them punt again, but that was
But notice that this ball has now been passed around about 5 times. And now what are we doing?
Is that a penalty on the
Yeah, it must have been a flag late there. Back it up to the 43, but it must have been very late in any case. 43 is where we are. I struggle to make sense out of that one because he was taken down around the 33. So, in any case, first down, 43-yard line, Bulldogs. Melvin pops it to the tight end. Nice throw, first down. Pick up a 15 there. Snuck it out to Jesse Jones, and no, that's not number 18 to number 18, as it sometimes looks to us. Jones wears 19.
Yeah, Leon Melvin on the play action there, able to hit the tight end. Jesse Jones on that play, nice route and nice gain by the Bulldogs.
Snead on the tackle, first down at the 28. Melvin, quick hitter. That's Vaughn. Can Vaughn shake free? Inside the 20, inside the 15. And that's going to be a gain of about 15, a first down.
Yeah, you got a first down on that play. Again, I said this earlier, you can always count on Vaughn making that first guy miss typically.
Mike Ikarma on the tackle, first down. Call it the 14-yard line. Leon Melvin is looking pretty sharp back there as a passer. He's really settling in nicely.
I agree. Solid start for the sophomore.
He's got Courtney Jones out there with him now. Vaughn in motion. Snap goes back, and got to be some manner of a procedure issue. It is. It'll back up the Bulldogs for 5 yards.
Another flag on the play. Again, just a lack of discipline, and again, the Bulldogs really need to start to work out some of these mistakes.
Tyson Kinzel comes in at running back. Kamari Young also checks in at receiver. Melvin with Kinzel on his left. Gives Kinzel. Kinzel sweeps right, able to get past the first wave and then taken down, about back at the original line of scrimmage. So pretty much got the penalty back right there.
Yeah, pretty much does what he does too. You know, Kinzel just another hard run again. You know, making the first guy miss, and you know, always a tough load to bring down, gaining a couple of extra yards even after contact.
Tyler Gibson on the tackle for Southern. Second down at the 14-yard line. Bulldogs don't have to hurry. Melvin with Kinzel on his right this time. Everybody bunched in tight in this formation. Now Vaughn goes wide to the left. Looks toward Vaughn, now looks over the middle. All kinds of time. Now sails it to Vaughn. Vaughn got himself open. He caught it. Did he get into the corner of the end zone? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Savion Vaughn.
That's a touchdown and a really heads-up play by Leon Melvin and Savion on that play. That was actually a design out route for Vaughn, but Melvin held on to the ball so long that Vaughn just turned it up into the end zone, and again, Melvin was able to hit him for 6 points.
Can't do it a lot better than that. Melvin had not attempted any passes on the season, so needless to say that is his first touchdown of the year. Henson's extra point forthcoming. It's high, it's long, and it is good. 28-0 Bulldogs, minute 48 to go in the first half. Be right back here on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
28-0 Male. Savion Vaughn with a touchdown catch. That is number 5 on the season for Vaughn. That one from Leon Melvin, who's looking very nice here in his first extended quarterback time of the season.
Yeah, very mature play. You know, he's showing some patience back there and some discipline. You know, again, just not taking off and running with the ball and, you know, getting it downfield.
Henson to kick it. And this one is short. Hits it to 5. Stays in the field of play. And that's exactly to your point, Dion. Maybe you kick it a little short and see what happens. Isaiah Sneed is taken down shy of the 20.
I wonder if Henson did that on purpose. It's like he kicked it to the 5. It hit right on the 5 and just went straight into the air and came right back down. That was might be a perfect kickoff, actually.
Yeah, spotted at the 14-yard line. You can't do a lot better than that.
Yeah, another tough start in terms of field position for the Trojans.
And for Southern, it can't be a lot worse than that. So, gallant effort on the defensive side of the ball, but you kind of feel it slipping away for Southern. Those players who play two ways, they just wear down.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was thinking the same thing. I think they're probably starting to tire down for that very reason.
Simpson's the quarterback. He runs left, gets a nice block, able to get out to and over the 20-yard line. So nice pickup there, gains about 8 yards.
Yeah, hats off again to Simpson. I mean, the young man's playing both ways and, you know, still running the ball hard and solid run on the first down that time.
Well, that's tackles from Hale. Second down, though, at about 2 here. Simpson's going to throw one, and it was jumped by Steron Davidson, and he got a piece, but not enough to pick it. Boy, good discipline, just couldn't quite haul it in.
Careful now, Eli. Careful now. Yeah, you know, he threw that one into a tight window, and That was almost a pick six.
Yeah, Mr. Davidson was there to shut the window and would be glad to make way with the football as well, even if it didn't happen on that one. 3rd down now. Third and 2 for Simpson. He drops, he sets, he's flushed. He's going to run for the first down and a lot more out over the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Nice pickup.
A very nice pickup. Again, he's shown tonight with, if you can get him in the open field, I mean, he's tough to get your hands on and get to the ground.
Spot him actually at the 34. So first down for the Trojans either way. Timeout. We will take that timeout. 1:04 left in the first half. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Glycott.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Southern talking it over. This has probably been their best offensive drive of the night. Now a couple of first downs. Eli Simpson, he's a tough customer back there. Can run a little power, can run a little speed. Pocket breaks down. It's hard to get down. He's a guy you can build around, I think.
Yeah, he's showing some bright spots, and they're getting into a little bit of a rhythm here. So, I'm sure, Coach is going to see if he can, try to keep him in a space where they keep some of this momentum going.
First down at the 34. Clock does become an issue. Not what you would call a high-octane offense. Simpson, sidearm slings it, caught. Out to the 40, maybe 41-yard line by Don Leonard.
Yeah, again, threw into another tight window, but Leonard doing a great job of getting in between the defender and the ball and bringing that one in.
Leonard kind of boxed him out, a little bit of a basketball move there, yeah. Pickup was 7 to the 41. Simpson was looking at the near side, now takes off and runs. He's got the first down, and he stays up to midfield and across midfield. Boy, that young man is a gutsy runner down at the 48.
Gutsy runner. Yeah, that's the second first down run for him on this series. On this drive, anyway.
And they'll move the sticks, actually put it at the 47. Clock's rolling, so Southern trying to get up on the ball. Simpson's got to wait for Don Leonard to get set. Lost about 10 seconds there, Simpson. Simpson will scramble. He'll just keep it. Makes the 40, takes a big hit. I think he went out of bounds.
Yeah, smart play, does a good job of getting out of bounds. And
he's angled out there by Beckett Kennedy, but another nice run, pickup of 8 yards. They started back on their own 14, and they're down now to the Mayo 39, albeit with 10 seconds.
Yeah, they might want to think about taking a shot towards the end zone with 10 seconds on the clock.
With timeouts, it's either you do it now or maybe you run one more play and then you do it, but one or the other. And you can't take too long in deciding.
Timeout.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I was just thinking that. I saw that clock going down.
We got a flag in the defensive backfield.
I thought it was delay a game.
May have been. Yeah, I think you are correct. Well, they didn't need that.
No.
10 seconds now. Ball's back at the 44. Simpson breaks down on him. Scrambles around. He's taken down. Do they call timeout? They do.
Got one more play.
We'll just keep it here for this one. At this point, there's the limitations of what you can do offensively, I think, settle in on you. But might as well take a chance,
Yeah. I want to say, definitely take a chance, but be careful here as well. You don't want to give up, a touchdown because, again, there's a lot of talent on that Bulldog secondary. They can take it to the house if you just float one up in the air.
They're going to drop some guys back in an effort to do exactly that.
Still I think a little bit of a bright spot for the Trojans, with this last couple series that they've had, showing some improvement and some progress in terms of growth on offense.
A third down at the 49. Mayo has 3 men 20 yards off the ball and backing up. Some of them, all of them. Yeah, there they go, backing up even more, back to the 20. Simpson's got some space in there. He throws, it's caught. And then dropped in a hurry. Tyson Mims said that's enough right there. Takes Isaiah Snead down at the 35, and that will end the first half. Everything went Mayo's way. 28-0 advantage for the Bulldogs, and they will take it to the locker room. We'll be back and tell you a little bit about this special halftime that's going on tonight at Mayo. Recap the first half and get you ready for the second. 28-0 Bulldogs at the half here on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue! Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
We're back here, halftime. Mail up 28-0. Mail marching band going to do their halftime show. But this is a good chance to talk about what's going on here tonight. They are celebrating championship teams from 1993, 1998, 2000, 2015, and 2018. That's just a part of Mail's extensive history and tradition. But wanted to talk to a guy who had a role in that. And you guys hear from Dion. We've been together for the majority of this season now. So
That's
if
right.
you've heard me, you've probably heard him too. But, this is a subject that's personal for you, Dion. You were part of that tradition, but you were part of a transition time in it. It was down. It wasn't where it had been. And in your senior year, here comes Bob Redmond, and here comes a big up curve. Talk about that a little bit, if you would.
Well, he came in and, if you've ever met Bob, I mean, just, he brought that energy and that excitement that only Bob can have. Coach Redmond is he's just a special guy. I was just telling you, I was a starter at the wide receiver position, as a sophomore. And up into my senior year, I'd scored 2 touchdowns. And, in comes Chris Redmond, which is here tonight as well. And Bobby Redmond. And, I ended up with 19 touchdowns my senior year. So, and that was just the effect on me. But to be quite honest, that's what Redmond brought to the Mail Bulldogs. I mean, again, not to take anything away from Wolf, but, I consider Coach Redmond the GOAT. And, responsible for this momentum that we see these days.
Yeah, he definitely is a big part of it. And, of course, it goes back before him, and he would be one of the first to tell you that. Some of those Mail teams from the 50s and the 60s, some of those numbers are unbelievable. We're talking about defenses that gave up like 3 points a game for the season, and I'm thinking in any era of football you had some remarkable times. But then, here in the modern era, Redmond is kind of the gateway guy. And, I mean, of course, it, as you know, didn't hurt to have a pretty good QB1 that he could bring with him. And Chris is here tonight as well. But parts of, all 5 of those teams. And it's got to make you proud, to sit here where you are as a part of this tradition. But to be these guys down on the field, it separates Mail, one of the second winningest high school program in Kentucky, one of the winningest in the nation. It separates them from everybody else. Everybody can't bring back 5 championship teams to honor. So, it's a cool way to connect past and present in this program, I would think.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, it is special. I mean, and even outside of the football program, to be quite honest, just the Mail alumni in general. I mean, it's a special fraternity to be in. The guys and the gals. Even looking out onto the field, I see some folks that I graduated from high school with 30 years ago sitting down in the stands.
Yeah.
They're here supporting their kids. I mean, this is a special, special school, a special, special group, and I'm very proud to be a part of that.
We're proud to be able to bring you these kind of moments here on Glycod. And thanks to our friends over at Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Tonight's scoreboard is presented by Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you. Always appreciate all of their good work. And I appreciate all of our sponsors here. We're going to step aside for another break. We'll be back to recap that first half, get you ready for the second half. But Mail, on a night where they are celebrating a proud tradition, up 28-0 on Southern at intermission. We'll be right back here on Glycod.
1965 Mail graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Semin Realtors, always one step ahead.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Welcome back to Mail. 28-0 Bulldogs at intermission. And now for a look at tonight's first half scoring from German American Bank. Strengthening communities since 1910. That's German American Bank. And, the story all goes on the Bulldogs side of the board. 4 different scorers of touchdowns in that first half. Steron Davidson, we saw a lot of Wildcat last week. Not really seen much of it tonight, but did see it. He took it in from 7 yards out on a Wildcat quarterback run. That opened the scoring. 5:22 to go in the first. 7-yard run from Davidson makes it 7-0. Tyson Kensel had a really nice run then, 31 yards out. That made it 14-0, minute 58 to go in the first. And Kensel really had a nice half there, just kind of quietly does his business. He'll pop a 31-yard run here and there, but more often he's getting you 5 yards here and 5 yards there. But he's really starting to be more of a presence on this Bulldog offense, Dion.
For sure. I mean, to be quite honest, he's been a bit of a presence the whole season. I mean, he's been one of the more consistent guys that they can count on out of the backfield, and, he's showing that out here tonight.
And we saw Leon Melvin come in at quarterback in the second quarter. He scored himself a 10-yard touchdown run. That was with 7:08 to go in the second quarter. Henson's extra point makes it 21-0. Then a thing of beauty on their last scoring drive. He dropped back in the pocket and waited and found Sevion Vaughn for 14 yards, touchdown. That was with 1:48 to go in the half. The extra point made it 28-0. But saw some things out of Melvin there, and most of what we saw was just a lot of patience in the pocket. He drops back and really just hangs in there, lets the play develop, and makes his throw only when he's ready.
And that really takes some discipline. I mean, especially when you have some athletic ability like he does. I mean, he's got the ability to take off every play if he wants to. But, again, I'm really impressed with, a sophomore quarterback, having the patience to stand, keep his head up, and actually deliver the ball downfield, which is also tough to do. So, really a solid first half for that young man.
Yeah, absolutely going to be something to watch moving ahead. And, again, I think he'd been out there for a few snaps. He hadn't thrown any passes before tonight, so that's a new wrinkle. Last week the new wrinkle was Christian White in the Wildcat running the ball. I haven't seen him tonight, but he had 8 carries for 49 yards in that realm. So, it seems like there are a lot of different options, and whatever you do, I think just discipline to the fundamentals, to not getting those penalties, to not having negative plays. It's just going to be key, I guess, down the stretch to buckle in with whatever it is, whether it's some or all of these things, the thing that goes in common. You just got to take care of fundamentals and not hurt yourself.
It can be tough to have some success when you're doing too many things, and I don't want to say they're doing too many things, but they're definitely doing a lot, and hopefully this is just Wolf trying to see what is most effective, because again, by the time you hit the playoffs, you're going to be able to, you're going to need to be consistent, again, keeping the penalties down and just understanding what your go-to plays are on offense.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like it's been pretty successful tonight, 28-0 at intermission. They are recognizing some of those championship teams here. We're going to step aside for another break. Get you the second half for Male and Southern coming up before too long here on Glycod.
Ace Hardware is more than a store, a proud community partner. They're the place for answers to your home repair or improvement questions. Mention this ad and receive a refilled propane tank for $19.99. Visit the helpful Miller's Ace folks at any of their 4 Louisville locations: Preston Highway and Gilmore Lane, St. Matthews, Taylor Boulevard, or the West End. And remember to download the Ace Hardware app for rewards when you shop.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
You're struggling with something at school. Sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
28-0 Male over Southern at halftime. And we got a little bit of a halftime history lesson. Steve Dickerson, the PA voice of the Bulldogs here, was talking about the 1943, 44, 45 state champion male Bulldog team. Went back to back to back. Ralph Beard, who went on to become a great college basketball player and had a brief, successful NBA career. He was part of those teams, but apparently a lot of guys were part of those teams. 3 straight titles, and that just boggles the mind, Dion.
Oh, man, that's impressive. I don't care what year it was. It's just tough to stay focused. And, a lot of things had to happen your way. Guys are staying healthy, you know what I mean? There's a lot that needs to be in place for you to 3 back-to-back championships. I don't know if I've even heard of that on any level. Like, who's won 3 back-to-back, championships on a football team? So, hats off to those guys, and they deserve to be celebrated tonight.
Yeah, I mean, to have that many levels of talent. I mean, you're obviously dealing with multiple waves of talent. You don't have one wave of guys who go through 3 in a row in football.
Right.
You would assume you're not winning it as sophomores, so you probably had a group of juniors and seniors, and then a group that came up behind them that was still good enough to win it on their own merits. So, yeah, hard to imagine. It's been 2015 and 2018 now under Chris Wolf, but even one, they're hard to come by. They are not easily done. And,
yes, they are.
Again, just a fun reminder of the tradition here. Steve Bird reminds us that there weren't state playoffs in Kentucky until 1959. So these early championships are unofficial,
kind of city championships.
Well, they're probably a lot like college football, where there were a lot of champions. A lot of teams said, "Well, nobody beat us, so I guess we're the champs." But yeah, they were playing a tough slate here at Mayo too.
And that's what I was about to say. No disrespect to those guys, but I'm gonna say there probably wasn't a ton of talent, out there, in the 40s,
in the great hinterlands of Kentucky. Yeah, I'd imagine the talent was fairly consolidated here in large part, and
for sure.
But in any case, it's always a cool thing to come into this stadium and walk past the big wall out there. Ralph Beard, who I mentioned, the Supreme Court Justice Louis Brandeis, one of the great legal minds of the modern age. He's a Mayo alum. Always just a simple reminder that some important people and some important athletes have passed through these gates and these walls.
I mean, it's such a special thing, when you see success for this long, because you have to understand, when you look at between Redmond and Wolf, nobody's even around. I mean, we got different principals, we got different teachers, we got different coaches, we got different players, everybody has changed out, but that energy is just still here. It's like it's something that's in the building, So, again, man, it's just really, really a special program to be a part of, and I'm absolutely honored to have played football here for the Bulldogs.
Well, on a much lighter basis, but something I've tried to touch on because it still impresses me. Boy, how about this field? This is a gorgeous playing surface. I know it was hard to get installed. Didn't have it ready to go at the beginning of the year, but it's ready now. And by this time of year, the old grass field is starting to look a little bit patchy and a little bit bare. And you look down there now, and it looks like it's week 1,
Oh, yeah, I love it. I mean, this is my third week, I believe, seeing the field, third or fourth week. And, I came out today. I wasn't thinking much about it. But when I got up here in the booth and kind of looked out at the field, the first thing I thought was, wow, that looks good.
Yeah, it pops.
Yeah, that thing, man, it looks great out there. That was a huge, huge addition. I love it that they're doing that at pretty much every school. I guess everybody's going to have turf at some point.
Right.
Yeah. No, these turf fields really, really look good.
Now, tip of the hat to JCPS for coming up with their kind of rotating pattern of renovations and changes. There were some people who were a little cranky about being behind on things, but it's a good way to try to spread the wealth. And, yeah, I've seen some very nice facilities that have been put in around the county. And it's everybody wants nice stuff. Everybody doesn't want to pay a fortune in property taxes. It's hard to balance some of these things, but they're doing what they can, and the renovations when they come look very nice.
Oh, they look great, and I'm sure these turf fields aren't cheap to put in, but this thing looks wonderful. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous.
Second half ready. Bulldogs will kick it to open. Henson's got it teed up. Let's see if he pops it up a little short again, or if he just puts the toe to it. Are we talking about the ball again? Now that Nick has told me that, I'm never going to not wonder if they've got the right football out there. This would not be a good OCD issue for me as an official. So, they're having a conversation about something.
Like, come on, guys, we had all halftime. Now you want to discuss it? Okay. All right. There we go. I think they got it together now.
Yeah, I'm still not real sure. Things to ask Coach Wolf after this one. Now going to stand around.
Yeah, I'll put it out there again. It'd be nice to go ahead and, mic up one of the refs so we could know what was going on in these sorts of situations.
It would be helpful. Now they're all coming together at midfield, and I don't know what I think they're telling everybody to get back. That seems to be the consensus, but
it doesn't take 10 minutes to do that.
You wouldn't think. Usually you drop a flag and say sideline warning.
Right, absolutely.
The message is delivered, but kick team's going to come together. Everybody's knee deep in this one.
Not sure. You got the kickoff team huddled up out there and just I think we're ready now. They got a little pep in their step.
Yeah, I'm sorry we can't improve on the mystery, but we're as confused as any of you watching. So, in any case, whatever it is, it must have been resolved.
And the good news is like the second half's about to kick off.
Here's the whistle for Henson. He kicks it high and long and a little bit short, and here's another bobble. And this one not going to make it to the 20 again.
No.
17-yard line is where Mail's able to cover that one. Some good reps for the kick coverage guys tonight.
Oh, no doubt. Again, I think you should have let that probably roll on into the end zone, but I get it, though. Let's try to make something happen.
Yeah. Altitude of Bulldogs down there.
Eli Simpson was having some success towards the that end of the first half. So
if I'm Coach Hatchett, I say let's just pick up where we left off and see what we can do with that. Got a receiver spread out here with a pink undershirt. You can see that anywhere.
Representing for Breast Cancer Awareness Night.
Leonard this time, sweeping right, and he's able to turn it up slightly and gets out to the 20 or so.
Yeah, trying to get Leonard on the outside, and again, he's showing some good speed, and looked like he might have had a little room, and then he runs into a brick wall, one of the Bulldogs out there on the corner.
Christian White on the tackle, second down. About 8 yards to go.
Is that Melvin?
Not sure. Could be 19. Again, we've had that same discussion.
16.
Yeah, we got a defender limping off. It was Jerron Combs, Leonard handed it underneath and able to sweep the play out to the 25, 26-yard line. Nice run right there.
Yeah, not a lot of room, but he was able to squeeze through there for a positive gain. That Tyler Gibson on the carry. Yeah, solid run.
Davidson on the tackle, 3rd and 2 coming up. Yeah, that's a little wrinkle we haven't seen before. Just a little counter action for Tyler Gibson. He's at the 26. They got to make it out to the 28. Simpson under center this time. Straight ahead, and he didn't get much. He might have gotten a yard. He might not have gotten that.
I don't believe he got much at all there. He was met at the line of scrimmage by a host of Bulldogs, and they did nothing but push him backwards.
Yeah, call it the same spot, 26-yard line, 4th and 2. Among the multitude of Bulldogs there, it's like Max Rose.
You don't remember.
Could have been Merritt. The numbers blur together up high. 4th and short.
Looks like they're going to go for this here. I won't argue with this call. They've shown that they could get 2 or 3 yards when necessary.
Got to make the 28. Hand it inside, and fullback is hitting the hole, and he didn't get it. He might have gotten 1. He did not get 2.
Man, great call. He hit the hole hard, but so did that linebacker. I didn't catch his number, but that Bulldog defense met him right there. And, again, he just couldn't gain a yard forward after making contact.
So Mayo gets the turnover on downs. Deep on the southern end of the field. They'll start around the 26. Looks like Melvin the quarterback.
Obviously, hindsight is 20/20, but maybe they should have punted that.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 yards looks pretty short until you try to run through the middle forward, and it's not. It's a pistol look for Melvin this time. He's got Courtney Jones behind him. Everybody's bunched in tight. Melvin play fakes, fires, caught. It's a big tight end. Down to the 17-yard line goes Jesse Jones. Well, he's a weapon.
Yeah, very big tight end, 6'1", 230. He's a load to get down and, play fake and, hit him on the simple out and be able to ramble for a first down for the Bulldogs.
Tyler Gibson on the stop, but a first down, all down to the 16-yard line. Melvin brings him up to the line. He's got Kenzel beside him on his left. Bad snap, but gets it to Kenzel. He plunges ahead to about the 14.
Yeah, nice call. Give it to Kenzel around the right side and let him grind you a couple of yards out.
Timing was thrown off a little bit there on the snap. Nick Lockett on the tackle. Second down at the 14. Call it second and 8 from there. Melvin in the pistol. Kenzel behind him. Jamil Parker wide to the right. Keep an eye on him. Looking that way. Throws. It's Jones instead for the touchdown.
That's a perfect pass.
Yeah.
That's a perfect pass. I'm really impressed with that young man. I mean, he dropped back again. He's poised in the pocket, and he only had one place he could put the ball, and he put it right there. Yeah, this Bulldog, these male Bulldogs are going to be in good hands for the next couple of years with him at the quarterback position.
So Melvin, his second touchdown pass. And this one, it looks like he threw it to himself because Jesse Jones wears 19, Melvin wears 18. It looks like two different number 18s from me, but obviously he didn't throw it to himself.
Yeah, really solid game for that young man.
Yeah. Henson to boot it. Got it down, got it up. It is good, and that takes us to the land of the running clock. It's 35-0 Bulldogs. Early in the third, we'll take a quick break here on Glycod.
Ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy and Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Second touchdown pass for Leon Melvin makes it 35-0. Hanson to kick it away. Line drive kick. Going to be returned from the 3. Makes the 15 maybe, but that's about it. Goodness. Just know where to go. Courtney Jones, the running back, gets down there on coverage to take down Isaiah Sneed.
Yeah, like Courtney Jones met him with a clothesline and immediately brought him to the ground. So, again, good coverage by the Bulldogs and another tough starting point, in this drive here for the Trojans.
So the clock will run for the duration here. They give him out to the 15 on the spot. Simpson in the shotgun. Got Leonard beside him. It's Leonard who takes the snap. Leonard, nice burst. He's got a first down out across the 30. Don Leonard shows a little bit of his breakaway speed right there.
I mean, to be quite honest, he's been showing that all night. I mean, every time he's got the ball, I mean, even on some of the plays where they've lost yardage, I'm like, hold on, he's got some momentum there. You know, that play, he's able to find the seam and squeeze through there for a big play for the Trojans.
Pickup of about 17. Cunningham on the tackle. First down out to the 32 for the Trojans. Yeah, Eli Simpson and Don Leonard, both juniors. I mean, that means you've got another year of these guys getting bigger and stronger, and they can do some things.
Oh, for sure. They're showing that tonight.
Simpson going to keep it left. Simpson gets a block. Being patient now, makes the 36, maybe the 37.
I like it. He is being patient. He's looking downfield and, you know, actually fought for a couple of yards there extra for the Trojans.
Cunningham again on the tackle. He's making the most of his snaps here. Back-to-back tackles.
Southern's done a good job of moving the ball again these last few drives. I mean, they should be happy with some of the progress they've made on the offensive side.
This team looks much more disciplined than I would have expected, and it's just a matter of sticking with what they do until they can meet some success with it. Leonard this time on the sweep, cuts back in, and he got caught by the ankle at the 39, or he might still be going.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was just about to cut back it all the way left and probably was going to make it to the end zone if they didn't bring him down there.
Christian White with the timely grab in space, 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, Christian White, a popular name to be called on that defensive side of the ball.
We have mentioned him. Simpson's got Leonard beside him. He needs 3 here on 3rd down. Looks to throw, set up a little screen. Oh, he nearly threw a pick. That is a dangerous, dangerous pass to make, and you almost say he should have been intercepted. He kind of threw it right at B.J. Flowers.
Yeah, B.J. Flowers was right there, and you saw just really like he slipped on something, to be quite honest. If he doesn't slip, that's probably a pick 6.
Now that they've got turf, we can say the turf monster got it. We couldn't say it before. There wasn't a turf monster. It had to be a grass monster.
There was something going on down there. Something took his feet out from under him, and to the benefit of the Trojans.
So apparently a punt here, 4th and 3. Tyson Mims backs up to field it. He'll kind of punt safe here. They're bringing people up. It is nearly blocked, just missed it, but it is a rocket. And it takes a favorable bounce for Southern, and boy, what a ball he ended up hitting. It's going to be down at about the 12-yard line. So a gorgeous punt for Lance McDonald. Tip of the hat to him. He backs the Bulldogs way up.
Yeah, let's get Lance on that all-district punt team. You know, he's putting it in tonight.
Well, you know, the first one was blocked, and since then he's just impressing a little more every time he kicks the ball. He's had a pretty good game.
Which is also impressive. A lot of times once you've had one of those blocks, guys get jittery and, you know, you can't.
Yeah, they're still coming through at him, but he's just hanging in and kicking the ball, and, you know, got a favorable roll on that one. So that looked pretty good. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do with it here. It's like Melvin and Jones, the backfield. Melvin going to take a deep shot. 50-50 ball, almost snagged by Kamari Young.
It was a 50-50 ball, but a great pass, too. I mean, he put it right where it needed to be. He just couldn't come down with it.
The coverage was right there, but the ball was right there, too. But a nice job there, really, by Isaiah Sneed, because he was with him stride for stride and just able to do enough to break it up.
Yeah, Leon Melvin is really showing he can throw the football.
Yeah, he is a sophomore. He is only 5'6", but he can sit back there and make it home.
Yeah, he's getting it done at 5'6" this evening.
2nd and 10 at the 12. Pistol look here for Melvin. Leaves it with the back. That's Jones. Boy, he hit that hole fast. First down out to the 25.
And a hole it was. You could have drove a semi through that hole. Yeah, great call, great run by Jones, and he's limping off here.
He is. Simpson on the tackle for Southern.
Probably came down on that ankle.
Oh, yeah. He definitely uncomfortable here.
Grimacing about something down there.
I think we got Jansen Brumley in here at quarterback, possibly. Kenzel is the setback. We do. Kenzel on the carry. Kenzel with a nice seam. Kenzel over the 35. Think I saw a flag come in. Let's see. If not, Kenzel's off to the races. He's going to go all the way. Now, was there indeed a flag? That's going to be the question.
I don't see any.
I thought I did, but apparently not. And if not, 75 yards. Nope, there it is. I did. It is a hold.
Wow.
I thought I saw it come in. It's all the way across the field. It's kind of hidden. I think it's because it's a yellow flag on a night where we've seen pink flags from everybody. Yeah, that official threw a yellow flag. That's.
Yeah, you hate to see that, especially on a big play like that. I mean, you know, he broke so many tackles. I mean, it didn't look like anybody needed to block. You know, he was gonna make it there regardless. So, you know, big play by Tyson Kenzel called back for the hold.
Would have been his second scoring run of the day. Would have been undoubtedly the longest scoring run of the season for him. But 75 yards wiped off the board. The penalty will put it back at the 20-yard line. So yeah, it was a way downfield for the flag. So.
Give it to him again, Coach.
Final seconds running. I think we'll have one more play in the quarter. Yes, Jansen Brumley's in at quarterback now. He's a 5'10 junior, wears number 15. Kenzel's lined up beside him. Brumley's going to throw it then. Brumley going to take a shot. He's got a man out there. Just overshot, incomplete.
Brumley's got a little bit of an arm. Yeah, he kind of.
Yeah. It didn't quite get it to Davidson, and that will end the third quarter. It'll be third down and long for the Bulldogs when we come back to open quarter number 4. Males in charge, 35-0 here on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Last extra
35-0 here. We get back for quarter number 4. We're always talking it up in the break, and you know, this is kind of a rough spot for the Bulldogs. They tried the pass and just missed on that, and then broke the big play, and it came back. So it's actually second down as we start the fourth quarter. I'm sorry. Brumley hands it off. It's Kenzel. Kenzel, 25. Kenzel, 30. Kenzel, 35. He's got a first down. And he's probably a little mad because, you know, that 15 yards is good, but it's not quite the 75 that he lost on the holding flag.
Touchdown. Yeah. Took one away from him there. So, again, but, you know, Tyson Kenzel doing what Tyson Kenzel does and, you know, running that ball hard and making positive yardage.
First down out to the 35. Brumley with Kenzel beside him. Brumley's going to throw one. Takes a shot down the field, incomplete. Now, Brumley we have seen throw a touchdown pass this year. He's the guy who threw the ball to Jamil Parker, where Parker just made a juke move and left the defender in the dust. So he has a touchdown pass this season.
Yeah, that may have been the juke move of the season there. Yeah, yeah, left the guy. He might have been in the splits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brumley had the easy part. He threw about a 10-yard out, and once it was caught, Parker just
took it from there.
He did. But, hey, it looks good in the box score anyway. So, second down at 10, 35-yard line. Brumley gives Kenzel. Cuts through a tackle in the backfield. Dives ahead. Only got about a yard. But 3rd and 9's better than 3rd and 12.
Right. I didn't see that oomph I normally see out of Kenzel. Yeah. Might be wearing him down a little bit here.
Mike Karma on the tackle. They give him 2 yards, actually, out to the 37.
Brumley's probably the 4th or maybe 5th guy to play the quarterback position for the Bulldogs this evening.
Yeah, at least 4.
Yeah.
Jordan Williams, Deron Davidson in the Wildcat, and Leon Melvin. So there might have been a 5th in there somewhere. Can't rule it out. Shotgun look on 3rd and 8. Kenzel's beside Brumley. Brumley's going to fire. Throws downfield, got a man, got a catch at midfield, first down.
That's a great throw. You know,
Kamari Young.
Kamari Young. Make the number out. Yeah, Kamari Young runs a great out route, and Brumley does a great job of putting the ball right there where it needs to be.
First down out to the 49. Comes in with the next play. Of course, with the running clock, these drives eat up a lot of time just because, again, it's going to run until a score or a timeout. Like they're lined up offside to me, but snap it to Brumley. Brumley fires, incomplete. Tried to get it to Young again, and it's one of those times where the sideline becomes the extra defender.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, not as much time on that throw, and wasn't able to hit the wide out.
Second down. Bulldogs on their own 49, up 35-0. Everything has gone pretty comfortably today.
Yeah, Bulldogs in cruise control right now.
Kenzel the setback. Brumley in the pistol. Gives Kenzel. Kenzel works around 1, works around 2, pops out the other side. First down to the 40-yard line.
It looked like he slipped between 2 Southern defenders, and they hit each other almost on that play.
Boy, he's something else. Trey Blevins on the tackle.
God, that guy's elusive, man.
And he played a little quarterback here. I know.
I was just looking at that, yeah.
I remember that from maybe 2 years ago. Maybe it was just a year ago. It hasn't been this season, but Kenzel can sling it around a little bit too, but he's doing a good job as a running back.
Yeah, he's an athlete. You could probably put him on the defensive side, and he'd be effective.
He's on the right side of Brumley here at the 40-yard line. First down. Brumley's going to throw one. Over the middle, got a man. It's tipped, and a nice play there by Don Leonard to get underneath it and just tip it away.
Great play by Don Leonard. He's one of their leaders on the offense and the defense as well. You know, that guy playing both ways and, you know, still showing us some energy and making some big plays in the fourth quarter.
A lot of credit to these guys. They haven't hung their heads. They haven't quit on this game or their teammates. Yeah, well-coached team. They're making strides. They're closer than it seems like. Kenzel on the handoff. Kenzel for 5. Kenzel for 10. Trying to get outside. Kenzel stays up down to about the 25, and then a flag comes in. Face mask.
Sure what that is, yeah.
Simpson on the tackle. We got another one in the backfield, so hold the phone.
Yeah, good chance this one's coming back with 2 flags down.
Yeah, the first one I didn't see. It's in an area that you would think holding. The second one I was a little less clear on. That was the one I did see because it's near the end of the play. They're both on Mayo. The second one is a hold, and it will move the ball back. So
I wonder what the call was down here.
It was on Mayo because I saw it was declined, so that was the only – another hold, okay. Pick your hold. So the ball goes back to the midfield stripe, second down and 20.
It's like they picked the one that happened in the backfield.
I think that's the better play. Yeah, the farther back, that's the one you're picking. Brumley going to hand it off. I think that's Jones. No, it's not Jones. Another back down over the 40-yard line, and it is Fabian Ezel.
Senior running back.
Pickup of 11 there. Nice play by Ezel. Don Leonard on the tackle.
Yeah, if he cuts that one to the outside, he may still be running.
Actually give him a dozen to the 38, 3rd and 8.
Much more manageable.
Ezel's going to stay in there. 5'5" senior, goes 145 pounds. Obviously very fast. Brumley in the gun with Ezel beside him. Brumley. Pick it up, throws deep, got a man out there, has got a catch, and it's going to go in for the touchdown.
Yeah, Brumley showed that he's got some arm strength, and they've been taking several shots down the field, and that time they're able to connect on the fly route.
Tarico Hall on the touchdown.
Yeah, and it's good for these Bulldogs. You know, I know they're kind of running away with this right now, but, you know, coming off a loss where you lay a goose egg, you know what I mean? It's good to see the guys get in the end zone and, you know, be able to celebrate some touchdowns tonight.
38-yard pass. All from Brumley. Extra point is away, and Briscoe gets it. It's 42-0 now. We'll take a quick break. 42-0 Mayo here on Glycod.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
42-0, second touchdown pass of the year for Mr. Brumley. Jansen Brumley, and this time found Tarico Hall for the score. Sophomore receiver. Nice ball, nice play.
Definitely
the
a
depth
nice
is
throw.
good here with this team. To go into your bench and just pull out another guy who makes a play.
I mean, it's impressive. You know, again, the Male Bulldogs have always been known for just bringing in talent, and you know this team is no different. We're even down to our backup kicker here.
Briscoe made that last extra point. He's got a pretty strong leg, too. Line drive here that's going to hit. Settles at about the 7. Leonard returning. Leonard gets a seam, and he's hit and bounces off of it, and Leonard takes it out to at the 34, 35-yard line. No quit in that young man either.
Not at all. I mean, hats off to Leonard. I mean, Don Leonard's been running the ball, you know, extremely hard all night. Looks like he's leading the team in rushing with 179 yards coming into this game and 2 touchdowns on 42 carries. And
you can see how.
I mean, to be quite honest, I'm surprised he's not in the end zone more often as hard as he's running that ball tonight.
Jarius Howard Bowen on the tackle for Mayo. First down at the 34-yard line for the Trojans. Play clock never started on this one. Simpson looks it over. He's got it. Quarterback run, straight ahead. Made the 36, but that's going to be about it.
May have been a little too patient on that when he kind of stopped and tried to wait for things to develop, and that hole just kind of caved in on him there.
Chris Mattingly on the tackle.
Got a timeout.
We do. Timeout Southern. They're going to take a break. We'll take the break as well. 42-0 Mayo, and at 27 to play here on Glycod.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Southern wanting to talk it over before this last set of plays. It's 2nd and 8 at the 36. I don't blame them at all. The way they played to try to put something together positive here at the end would be a nice thing to do.
I like it. I like that. I feel like the down 42 zip, and they've shown some heart tonight. So I like what I've seen out of the Southern Trojans this evening.
Simpson's got 2 backs behind him. Kind of a weird formation. Let's see what they do with it. It's a high snap and gets away, and it's picked up back at about the 20-yard line. I think it's Elijah Belt who's able to go back and cover the ball. I'm not sure what was said in the huddle, but I don't think it was that.
I was just about to say I don't think that's what he drew up. But, again, hats off to the, Southern Trojans. They've shown some heart out here tonight. They've been playing hard all night on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely.
Just really more outmatched than anything.
TK McIntosh with the tackle. This next play could be the final play of the ball game. Third down at 22. High snap. Belt's got it. Runs straight ahead and not much there. Probably a little bit short of the line. Loss of a yard, I would call it, and that will probably finish us.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Cunningham and Jeremiah Nelson on the tackle, and that is going to be the final play. Sides head for their respective sidelines. Bulldogs forming en masse at midfield to go across and shake hands as the final seconds tick away.
Hats off to the Southern Trojans, fighting to the end. Again, they lost big tonight, but it wasn't because of lack of effort.
No, a disciplined team and a team that, again, you see some playmakers and some things that you like moving forward. 42-0 the final. We'll be back to recap it and talk a little bit about tonight's most outstanding players. Get you ready for next week as we creep deeper into October here on Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by HKC Roofing. For your next roof repair or improvement, contact HKC at 502-212-1081 or visit roofyourhouse.com. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed.
Mayo the winner tonight in their district opener, 42-0 over Southern. A good time to tell you that tonight's scoreboard is presented by Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Of course, you see the ticker that scrolls throughout. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you over at Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, but don't tell them now because they closed 4 minutes ago. But you can certainly feel free to check them out tomorrow. It's a nice barbecue would go well with a Saturday of college football.
For sure.
No big surprises that we're seeing here. St. X taking care of Manual easily. Cal all over Central. Bullitt East holding off Fern Creek. Of course, those are the other 2 teams in the district, so, be interested to see how those go. It's Fern Creek next up for Mayo.
That's
and,
right.
Oldham County over Eastern, Trinity all over Ballard. And that KCD Holy Cross game, that's a good one. That's competitive.
Oh, wow.
And
for sure. It looks like it.
Would be worth keeping an eye on. So, anyway, from here, again, 42-0. And I think the 2 stories of the game, Mayo just showing a lot of different ways to create offense. That was kind of the question mark coming in off of a shutout. And they did some different things, and a lot of them involved the backup quarterback, Leon Melvin, who just came in and ran well, but more than that, threw well and looked very, very comfortable in the pocket.
Oh, he looked great everywhere. I mean, again, like you said, he was running the ball. He's throwing the ball really, really well. And, again, probably the most impressive thing was his patience, and his delivery of the football.
Yeah.
That young man can throw the football. And as a sophomore, again, he's a really bright spot for the Bulldogs in the future.
Yeah, he would wait and wait and wait, but when he was ready, he'd chuck it,
and put it right where it needed to be.
Nothing slow about it when it's time to go, but yeah, patient on the moment to attack, and then when he attacked, very quick. And yeah, we also saw the other quarterback here, Jansen Brumley, come in and throw a touchdown. That's the second one of the year for him. He's got a good live arm as well, a 5'10 junior. So, something else to think about. Last week it was Wildcat quarterbacks. This week it's the backup quarterbacks. So, there are some things to explore in these remaining games ahead of the regular season, but I guess it's just time to get to exploring them. We'll take another quick break, be back to recap the second half scoring from tonight's 42-0 Mayo win. We'll tell you tonight's MOPs and start thinking a little bit about that Week 9 slate coming up here on Glycod.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.semin.com. Semin & Realtors, always one step ahead.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Male Bulldogs open district play with a 42-0 win over Southern. And now a look at tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. As far as a scoring recap, there really wasn't a ton to add in the second half. It was 28-0 at intermission. Male came out in the second half and able to drive it down, put it in the end zone. Leon Melvin found the tight end, Jesse Jones, from 14 yards out. That was with 8:26 to go in the third quarter. Extra point made it 35-0, and we had running clock from there. The last score, a 38-yard catch for Tarico Hall from quarterback Jansen Brumley. That came with 4 minutes and change to go in the ball game. Extra point there made it 42-0, but Male did a good job, executed their stuff, but Southern, again, people will see this score and think, okay, Male whipped Southern 42-0. What we thought wasn't what I thought. A very careful, disciplined Southern team that if they stick to their strengths, I feel like they're better than the record. I feel like they're better than the raw numbers would have made me think coming in.
I agree. I mean, I might go as far as to say that was the best performance I've ever seen in a 42-0 ball game.
Yeah,
I mean, there were several bright spots out there for the Trojans tonight.
They really were, and hope to hear good things for them ahead in the season to come. Well, we're going to take one more break, come back with tonight's most outstanding players, and a quick look at our Week 9 schedule coming up here on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday from Glycod.
Welcome back here to Male High School. Bulldogs a 42-0 winner over Southern. If you are interested in a corporate partnership with Glycod on our high school athletics platform, or if you have a programming idea, drop us a note at info@glycod.com. I know we're hitting some soccer now. Basketball will be coming soon.
Yes, sir.
Chris LeBar at Glycod, always interested in pursuing whatever it is that interests our viewership, as long as we can talk about it meaningfully. And with the folks that Chris knows, there's almost always somebody who can fill those shoes. I'm glad to be one of those folks on the football side.
Absolutely.
Tonight's most outstanding players, they are brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. For the Southern Trojans, it's a very valiant effort. Don Leonard had a nice game, thought about him. The punter, Lance McDonald, really put together a solid ball game. A lot of players who stood out just for consistent effort, but the guy who really stood out the most, the quarterback, Eli Simpson. Don't have any final rushing numbers, but he put together a nice game on the ground. Probably picked up north of 50 yards, I would think, and threw a few nice passes as well. And then probably had half a dozen tackles on defense as well.
Exactly. I mean, and that's what did it for me. Really solid game by the men on both sides of the ball tonight. Mm-hmm. And again, just effective from the quarterback position and just as effective on the defensive side. So pretty much a no-brainer for the Southern Trojans. Eli Simpson is your man tonight.
That's it. And then for the male Bulldogs, a lot of good candidates there. Tyson Kenzel had a very nice game on the ground. Unfortunately, had a 75-yard touchdown run wiped out, had a 31-yard scoring run that survived and still probably was hanging around 100 yards if I had to guess. He had a nice game. Saw some good things out of tight end, Jesse Jones. That's a guy to watch moving forward. But the guy we ended up going with, he came in off the bench in the second quarter and made his presence felt. Quarterback Leon Melvin threw 2 touchdowns and ran for 1. And what really stood out again was just he was one cool, calm customer back there in the pocket. Take the snap and sit there and sit there and sit there, and then he'd make his decision. And when he made his decision, more often than not, he was making good decisions tonight. Threw a beautiful 14-yard touchdown pass to Savion Vaughn. Nice ball to the tight end Jones down in the corner, just kind of dropped it in the basket. In fact, the deep ball is the only incomplete pass that I can really remember, and it was a well-thrown ball. The coverage was just sharp, but it was a 50-50 ball, and he gave his guy a chance. And for a guy who's a sophomore who hasn't seen a lot of snaps at quarterback, a remarkable performance from Leon Melvin.
Great performance tonight. And, again, you mentioned that long ball down the field that wasn't a reception. I mean, you couldn't have asked any more from Melvin on that throw. I mean, he had a great all-around game. I mean, he ran 1 through 2. And, again, you talked about it, just that patience. You know what I mean? It really takes a lot of discipline to be back there, stay patient, keep your head up, and, again, deliver the football. He's not throwing simple routes.
No.
He's getting the ball downfield with some zip and putting it where it needs to be.
Absolutely. Coming up next Friday, a look at Week 9, presented by the Van Treese team at Semin Realtors. Always one step ahead. Mail at Fern Creek, we will be there, and look forward to that, Dion.
Yes, sir.
Should be another good one, a district game. Frederick Douglass playing at Bryan Station. That's another good district game. Over in Indiana, Floyd Central at New Albany, North Harrison, rather. I don't know if they're new, but they're north. And they'll go to Providence. Scott County and Woodford County back on the Kentucky side of the slate. That should be a good one. Anderson County at Collins. So a lot of good action. Encourage you to follow us on the website, glycod.com, or on X/Twitter, if you still think of it that way, at GLICOD. We'll be there. And hopefully bringing you lots more good football ahead. It's an outstanding slate in Week 9, but then we're just getting started. Thanks to my team tonight. I feel like I won 42-0. Nick Landrum, producer. Dion Reese, my analyst. Steve Bird, production assistant. Max Gorley ran the camera. Ryan Cox is my statistician. And just appreciate you joining me. Joe Cox here with Dion Reese, bidding everybody good night from Male High School, where the Bulldogs a 42-0 win over the Southern Trojans. Thanks for watching here on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been UA Local 502 Louisville Football Friday. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game was brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, your premier metal recycling solution. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. State Farm Insurance Agent Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Interstate Batteries and Holy Smokes Barbecue.
Visit glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.